I think it was Nelson Mandela who said that education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to change the world, and I think he's 100% right. I think here we're giving graduates an opportunity to improve skills, get practical training, work experience, and allow them to enter the job market.
When the first ideas of RecruitAgri started, I came back from Eswatini approximately about 10 years ago, and we were growing our farming operations in South Africa and started advertising for managers and went through hundreds of CVs to find no experience, no mentorships, and potential graduates that are working in fields that they were not trained for. And realizing this, we had to start some program to get this right and to get more managers out there for the sustainability of farming, especially in macadamias and avocados.
Our biggest challenge is to get skilled people, especially in agriculture and I'm sure other industries out there. So that very same skill that we transferred to the graduates, we now have the opportunity to harvest that and to harness that in terms of the first graduate that came through as an assistant farm manager. So the very same skill that he learned on this property are now the very same skills that he applies on a daily basis. And he can also transfer those skills to other people, and it makes our life a lot easier at the moment.
The thing which I learned and enjoyed the most is the fact that as a graduate or as an intern, you must be willing to learn. In as much as you've got the theory part, you must be willing to learn what's happening in the farms. You need to work close with the workers and together as the farm managers. I mean, they are the ones who are trying by all means. You know, they show commitment and dedication in trying to mentor us and guiding us, you know, through our farming experience.
As the AgriStar Group, we're passionate about farming, and we're just as passionate about cultivating new farmers in our country. And RecruitAgri is a core function of creating a more sustainable agricultural sector in our country. The farm managers are an absolute integral part of this RecruitAgri process, and essentially the farm managers have a farm schedule that they work off, and the RecruitAgri curriculum is aligned with that schedule to make sure that all students get the full exposure on the farm. What I love about RecruitAgri is how it's practically orientated around giving the students exposure on the farm and getting their hands dirty. It's about 90% practical on the farm and 10% theory in the classroom.
RecruitAgri prepared me to have the skills of working with people, because from my school I just taught people, people you're gonna give them a direct or instruction, then they're gonna execute it. But at times you give people a direct instruction, they don't do the way you want things to be done. So working with RecruitAgri, I learned that you have to be constantly vigilant in terms of supervising people. When you give them a command, sometimes they make mistakes, you have to correct them. So with the RecruitAgri, I would say I gained a lot of management experience.
The lectures cover 10 different lectures over the year, and that includes, to start with, irrigation and water, soils and fertilizer. The lectures would also involve pest control, which is a topic we've just covered now. They are given projects through the year to do, so they're prepared for certain things like measuring water on a tensiometer, like checking beehives and making sure that they are functioning correctly. And what did they do? They learn about pollination, they learn about how the bees operate and why they're important in our crops. They would also learn about drainage and erosion control and what can happen if there's a heavy rain and no preparations are made for that.
You have to have a certain way of talking to people, and you quickly find it because you know the type of people you're dealing with and how to approach them from this process that you've been in.
RecruitAgri advertises in the local newspaper around September. We then take the CVs, shortlist them, then invite a group to formal interviews whereby we look at their interests and goals. We then shortlist again depending on the following year's requirements, hoping to grow every year.
My personal vision for RecruitAgri is to watch graduates to get a year's experience on different farms and to go out there as ambassadors for RecruitAgri. Not to be junior farm managers, but to be farm managers, farm owners, and to help with the growing economy that we have and need.
To really see the development of graduates and trying to contribute to society, thereby uplifting a whole lot of people and changing the dynamics that are so urgently needed in our country. We've always been a farm that's believed in education, and I believe education is one of the biggest single gifts you can ever give anyone. It can never be taken away from anyone, and I think here we're giving graduates an opportunity to improve skills, get practical training, work experience, and allow them to enter the job market.